did everything I can right now. Actually, can only perform a single action each turn. I don't know about you, but I can never decide if I should use an item or code cast. Oh. They're gonna be grind time, or I might get something, because I think they're down here, maybe? Not to lend credence to that girl's words, but there's a benefit in searching for our items the enemy servant has dropped, so we should go look for it. The first place we should search is where that troublesome tree was. This way. Those things don't give much experience points compared to everything else in this area. Oh, there's a shiny over there now. This is the place. Here's where Dan's servant created a barrier where the U arrow struck. When I give the place a careful look, I know something that gives off a dull flash. Antique arrowhead. The source of the barrier, the remains of the arrow. The arrowhead in my hands look antique. Success. If we look into this, we'll be closer to uncovering his identity. There may be something more. I should keep searching. Let's check the dead ends and stuff too. Let's see. Alright, yeah, these guys hit normal attacks a lot. I feel like I stepped on something. When I look at my feet, I see a rod lying here. It's an arrow. A broken one, though. Maybe some sort of evidence, so I just had to keep it. There may be something more. I should keep searching. Yep, that's what I thought.
よい。この程度の増票では物足りぬ。蹴散らす。見ているがよい。さて出直せ。世の勝ちだな。もう少し楽しませよ。行くぞ。行くぞマスター。打ち砕く。世の勝ちだな。肩慣らしにはちょうどよい。行くぞ。行くぞマスター。失せるがよい。今のはいい戦いだったな。見とれていいかい。心遣い助かる。
Here's the next one.
あれだ。
When I look, I see a magnificent feather. Must be related to the barrier that the servant left. Pick it up carefully and decide to take it home. I found everything. Cool. Well, thanks for letting me know.
早く戻って歪みをしたい。
I'll gain at least one level to add on. Praetor, for some reason I feel uneasy in the prospect of you walking around the school. Oh no, is Robin gonna be a dick? My relationship with my servant, well, it could be a lot worse, let me tell you. Or this isn't such a forgiving fight, you can just break off friendships and fix them later. I feel like I think too hard, next time I'm gonna be the one who doesn't advance. Why'd I enter a game like this? Even if I win, I'll be scarred for life. Your opponent is Sir Dan Blackmore? Well, Hakuno, fate just flushed you down the toilet. Ran into him outside the chapel. He's intimidating. Glad he's not yours, not mine.
実に気持ちがいい。こうガキンガキンと鋼を鳴らすと、迷路のごときアリーナの鬱憤も晴れるというもの。そなたの観察力ももう駆け出しとは言えぬな。だがここらが限度であろう。ここまでよく指揮をした。褒めてとらす。世もそなたに負けぬよう体を鍛えるとしよう。
I believe that was for doing well in battle, I think. Let's get my enemy's identity from an item I picked up yesterday. You should try it. First floor is quiet. There's usually a lot of people here. Did something happen? Does it feel like a grave around here, or is it just me? Went to the nurse's office just now and couldn't help noticing the first floor is deserted. Is everyone in the arena? Those student council members in Black are a wealth of information. You ever talk to them? Do you heed your servant's opinion on the arena? Your servant is always measuring whether your upcoming conditions are dangerous for you. I just forgot to mention pressing triangle lets you blow off anyone talking to you. I'm gonna start whining endlessly about my boyfriend. Use triangle to ignore me, okay? Yeah. By pressing square, you can review the conversation you just had, but don't do that now, okay? You need to escape an enemy. Basic strategy is to go where they can't easily follow. Draw into a place where the enemy has an advantage. Sheer idiocy. Anything going on up here? Nope. Oh, yep. Green's up here. I don't think you stand a chance against Sir Blackmore, to be honest. It would be a huge upset if you won, because it's almost certain you'll lose this time. Thanks. Nothing over here. Is Ronnie still over here, or is she... Wait, yeah, okay. Oh, no, she is. You have a relic, let me see. This is sufficient. Next we'll view the stars on the 5th day. When there are many visible. So does she... Okay, she just says that over and over again. Okay, I wasn't sure if I had to give her all 3 of them or something. Oh, whatever. First floor, here we come. As I step foot in the first floor foyer, a sudden chill runs through me and freezes me in place. Prayer, do not look behind you. Should you do so, your fate will be sealed. I don't need Saber's warning to know that I'm being watched. There's no doubt that I'm being stalked by a servant. Breathe slowly and quietly. Do nothing that will draw attention to yourself. Try to calm down and prepare for action as Saber and I make eye contact. 1, 2, 3. Need to find a place with decent visibility. Oh, the schoolyard would be good. I'll be in plain sight there, but so will my enemy. Gasping for breath, I run past the shoe rack. I'm almost there. Right when I almost made it to the schoolyard, an unpleasant sensation rips into the joint of my neck and back, like a steel rod has been jammed in. Order up. I'm glad this master was easy. Something warm oozes down my back and I feel myself growing cooler with each heartbeat. Wonder what Saber had been yelling about. Guess I'll never know. My body refuses to function anymore. Oh, that was a bad ending? Okay, that was a dead end. Okay. I thought going into the arena was a bad idea. Issei basically said don't run into places where you're gonna be... Also, it's against the rules to attack at the schoolyard, you asshole. Oh. Not a big deal. Just talk to Ronnie real quick. It's not like it'll take long to get back to where I was anyways, considering how I just talked to a bunch of optional characters. Alright. Have you used aromatic wood at all? It'll allow you to cure your servant of any status ailments. Who knows, there may be a time when this ability will be available as... will save your life, whatever. Yeah, sure, whatever. Blackmore's over here. Possibly. That's what I thought. Okay. Alright, level her up. Good, I feel my... Okay.
そなたとのつながりも一段と良くなった。
We'll go out this way. Try to calm down and prepare for action. Saber and I make eye contact. One. Together, Saber and I make a mad scramble for the arena entrance. If we've come this far, maybe. Too soon to relax, Master. I still sense that someone is out for our blood. Let's continue to run. This hero is rather roguish, menacing us from the shadows. I enjoy the hunt, but not being hunted. We must find a position to retaliate from. What does that exactly mean? Guessing it doesn't mean go to my tree. I'm guessing that she doesn't mean go to one of the dead ends. That's what I thought. Okay. I'm on full alert. A voice screams inside my head that I have to keep running, but I can't. Were we able to get away? Thanks for being such an easy to read master. Shot an arrow at us. He's a smart one, shooting from our blind spot, however. Saber blocked the arrow that had been aimed at us the moment we entered the arena. Or so I thought. Sharp pain. When I look, I see a small gash on my arm. Makes me nauseous. More nauseous than seeing a small wound like that should warrant. Saber stopped the surprise attack, but while I was focused on running away, there was a second arrow. 2 arrows, both laden with poison. The enemy's an archer. I struggle to stay conscious as the poison starts to course through my system. Whoever that servant is, they landed a really good shot. There's no doubt that the enemy is an archer. What good is knowing that... What good is knowing that going to do me if I die? Before the poison spreads, I have to retreat to a safer place. Finally made it to the exit. Archer's poison pretty much paralyzed me. It took all my strength just to stay conscious. Let's hurry back while I can still move my legs. I'm gonna tell your master on you. The enemy servant seems to be an archer, with poison arrows at their disposal. The gray-haired knight is not as venerable as I imagined. He has been corrupted by the Holy Grail. Now's not the time to speak ill of the enemy. Not when you are the one in trouble here. A master's pact with a moon cell limits their experience as physical functions on the school ground. The pain should disappear if you are in the school, but you must seek treatment tomorrow morning. So we gotta go talk to Sakura then? Okay, magic, cancel single action spells, also bestows magic resistance equal to the normally provided by a talisman or amulet. Ability allows him to remain independent, rejecting any kind of support from his master. When the skill reaches A, he can remain in the world for a full week, even if his master were to be defeated. Anything else on there? No. Just in case, I'll get checked out at the nurse's office. If nothing else, I'll worry less afterward. This is Taxine, a toxin from a yew tree. It is quite a terrifying natural poison. I don't know how much of it I can treat with my abilities, but I'll do what I can. But you can't let this happen to you again. You only have one body, okay? Treat it well. Sakura Mato administers a detox treatment to me in bed of the nurse's office. She must be giving me a treatment because it was inflicted outside the elimination battles. While I dwell on that thought, the doors of the nurse's office open, admitting a surprise visitor. The unexpected caller is my enemy, Master. I try to ready myself, but I have no strength to call upon. However, his actions greatly betray my expectations. I've destroyed the noble phantasm, the source of the poisoned arrows. Their effects should dissipate. Please accept this as a token of my apology, if only to humor me. What does this man standing by my bed mean that he disabled his noble phantasm? An archer, I'm disappointed in your underhanded tactics. Lose without my permission. To break the sovereign rules of the battlefield is to sunder the fabric of your character. This war is between individuals, not countries. There's no longer any need to resort to savagery. A quiet confession. There's something unshakable about the conviction underlying those solemn words. Archer, your master Dan Blackmore commands you with the force of a command seal. I hereby prohibit any attacks on enemy masters of your U-boat while on campus. What, are you crazy, boss? I thought you wanted this to be an easy win. Of course, I will not lose. My victory is the natural outcome of the situation. However, Archer, I speak only of my own resolve. My fight and yours are separate. There are circumstances in which we may not win. My victory is not the same as yours. The command seals. 3 absolute commands that any master may give their servant. Astonishingly, this old knight in front of me just used one of his command seals to force his own servant to fight fairly. Please understand that my servant acted improperly against my deepest wishes. I intend to grasp victory only on the battlefield proper. I hope you can forgive this incident. That said, Dan turns around and walks off. I retract what I said last night. This man is worthy of the title of Knight. He proved his honor by apologizing with a command seal, and revealing the name of his noble phantasm. I am impressed by his warrior spirit, though he is naive to be so honorable. Fortunately for the knight, we too desire an honorable fight. Yep, thought so. Electronic chiming from my terminal. Secondary cipher key has been generated. Second trigger has appeared. I need to find it before the elimination battle begins. Better head to the arena while I still can. Right, and talk to all the silly peoples around. And Ronnie. Everyone was talking about how you got attacked. Guess you were in the nurse's office at the time. I think a dude like Sir Blackmore broke the rules. It's like the penalties mean nothing to him. Acting independently? Color me interested. You and your servant are out of sync. No way you're alive. I heard you got ambushed at the school, so I just assumed. I was watching. I saw you act to avoid danger by the lockers. I'm not going to fall for your little woe is me act. If you ask me, the servant who attacked you acted on his own. Pretty pointless of him, though, since he screwed up. Or rather, you thwarted his plans. Maybe this is old news to you, but some paths in the arena can't be reached just by walking around. You can make important discoveries by exploring the entire arena. About the yew-bow. Short bow made from yew, considered sacred by the Celts. Using yew is thought to signify that the one has become one with the forest. When talking to someone, you find yourself forgetting what they just said. You can compensate for that pesky memory loss by pressing square to review any conversation you just had. Heard you were attacked while on campus. That could have been disastrous. Sir Blackmore will be heavily penalized for his actions. Also, failure will pains him greatly. What the penalty is? As a result, a heavy revision of a servant's ability score will be put in place. Nope, she's not up here. Oh, okay. So, not yet. I guess it's the next day? What the? You're not dead yet? Heard you were attacked on campus, but I guess you managed to survive. Ah, my persimmon. So it wasn't the arena after all. Thank you for getting it for me. I can finally share this with everyone. Oh, I just remembered something. How can a student ask me for help, but you do a better job, so could you help them instead? Here at Lifesaver, it seems like one of the girls dropped her glasses in the arena. She said they dropped them to the bottom of the arena's second floor, but she isn't sure. It'd be great if you could poke around for the second floor of the arena as well. She lost them on the second floor, so please try to find them during the second round. If you don't take care of the servant that attacked you, you'll be slapped with a penalty. You blew it? Wow, you suck. If my servant was on the case, he'd have beheaded the jerk. I was in the arena at the time, but word is that you had a little dust-up with your opponent. Guess all's fair in love and war. Odd how none of this popped up in the first round, though. The stone crop. It symbolizes yearning and embodies desires that will never be fulfilled. Could there be something that you yearn for? Alright, so we go back to the first floor. Check the people out here. I shouldn't say this, but I'm way jealous you're getting the special treatment from Nurse Sakura. I know she's just an NPC, but the moment I saw that white robe, I was in love. I know there's no time to be doing exercises, but they really do help me relax. It feels like energizing to jog. There are penalties for breaking the rules in this virtual world. Even so, some masters aren't afraid to break them, or determined to take the initiative. You can't really blame them if you consider that the Holy Grail is at stake. Alright, save up real quick. Yeah, she said that last time. I'll check here real quick. Use Shockwave First Strike. Having this equipped will allow you to use the field attack ability in battle. This technique will give you an edge in battle, especially if the enemy's out of your league. Just like yesterday was brutal. Get used to it, this is the place of the battlefield after all. What am I up to? I was thinking about ways to make the food here contain 100% more deliciousness. Okay, stuns nearby foe, that's what it does, okay. Okay, enough cash, why not? Let's see. That's the heal one. I'll go with that for right now. That heal's way too good for right now. was wondering who was causing all this ruckus on campus. I take it you're up to something? Just remember, it's only cheating if you get caught. We're all fighting a war, so anything goes. What happened yesterday? I was in the arena the entire day, so I missed what happened. You were attacked while on campus? Well, I guess there's no safety to be found in this place. Even if someone attacked me on campus, I know my darling would be there to save me. That and my darling servant is, like, super powerful. Alright, time for new enemies. One of these guys. Do they attack the same? Oof. Oh, it stuns the enemies when you're trying to run around. That's what it does. Okay. Let's see. If this works the same as it did before, should we guard that? Just to be on the safe side, just in case it changed its pattern. Okay, it doesn't look like it changed its pattern. I was thinking maybe it reversed it. Okay. So if those things are still the same, then there's nothing really to worry about. Okay, so that should be... Yeah, there's a lot of spots around here, isn't there? I'm guessing that's the glasses? Wait, what? Demonic eye blockers. So pushing... Wait, was that always a thing? Oh. Okay, that is that. Okay. I see. I wasted a lot of MP doing that. Okay.
出直せ。炎上するぞ。芸がない。
So that was some kind of first strike thing that I didn't know about.
見ているがよい。させぬ。さて。大義である。今のはいい戦い。行くぞ。見ているがよい。無礼な。させぬ。芸がない。今のはいい。もっと蓄えるがよい。
Oh, that's Wormware. Okay, cool. It was, Alright, I did find that. Okay. Raise Servant's Luck, max MP by 40. Well, I understand luck's not that terribly of an important stat. To the point that it's basic that anything I've read said, don't bother leveling it up. Which is kind of funny. Aha. Alright, so we're gonna have to find that thing first. So most of them were basically go for your servant's primary stat and level that up, which is mostly just attack and defense, except Tamamo where you pump magic, and everything else is basically secondary. You don't really care too much about it. So are we going this way? Oh, okay. Went right back and around in a circle. Cool. I'll have to check that little spot I didn't check last time. Way back up there. Man, yeah, these floors are getting way bigger each time. Wait, no. Break. Break. Alright, so that's attack, so that's... Whoa. Oh, did I do it wrong? He reversed it! I was worried about that! It reverses the attack pattern. I was afraid that one of them was going to do that. Yeah. Figured as much. Thinking about it. Let's go back to the one I had before. That one. This thing's dead, so it doesn't really matter if I select one of the rest of them. Got the cipher key. Looks like I explored the rest of the map too while I was at it. Let's come back here later for grinding. No reason to do it right now. %, of course. Servant status surrounding the astrologist. What? Anyways, info we know. Yubo. Holy Bowl supplication. The wood used to make the yew-bow wielded by the servant was taken from a specific tree located in the forest that he used as a base for operations. It has the power to identify and amplify any impurities, both physical and mental, causing them to explode with incredible force. Yew trees have many mystical and religious connotations attributed to them by Celtic beliefs. Ah, my throat's really sore. And the act of making a bow from wood of the yew was seen as a contract to become one with the forest. It is also believed that the yew trees served as a signpost for deceased to guide them to the afterlife. It was this connection between the yew and death that caused the servant to remark that he wanted to be buried where his final arrow fell. Nobody's surprised it landed at the foot of the yew tree where he first got the wood to make his bow. That's it? Okay.